Happy hump day. I'm back, baby. That's right. We got a 5-game slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back, baby. I missed you guys. It's been a couple days off. Feels like a week, but this flu bug has just been absolutely killing me. But we're here. Now, we had a lot of bets in the last 3 days. We'll go over the recap in just a little bit. It was all to end up just about even. So, again, we'll go over all that. Thank you for all the get well comments and everything on all the posts. I do appreciate it. I got a lot of info to give you. Got to catch up for all that research help you guys didn't get the last couple days. But before we get into that, of course, you guys know any graphics you see on this video are from an app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. All you got to do is click that link below in the description. You get a 7-day free trial. Just check it out for yourself. And especially with MLB around the corner, it's going to be a huge help. So I got 2 dad jokes because, again, I missed a couple days. You guys deserve 2. So hopefully they're good. Here we go. Did you know that back in the day, the excessive use of commas was a pretty serious crime? It almost always resulted in a long sentence. All right. I finally cut ties with somebody that was really dragging me down. Man, mountain climbing with a friend can be really hard. Alrighty, in this video, like I said, we got lots of research help. We're going to recap the last 3 days of bets. I'll try to be quick with it. And then we're going to give you the injury report. And then we're going to talk defenses versus the power forward position, which is what we usually do on Thursdays. And then we're going to give you the rebound chances because we usually do that on Thursday as well. The top 20 players in the last 7 games that have been getting the most rebound chances. And then you guys missed out on Wednesday, so we're also going to give you the G's of threes, which is usually in the middle of the week. But then after all that, we'll finish it up with the best bets and the bets recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 40,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support. Let's get back to the grind, and that means it's recap time. All right, here it is, the huge recap for the last 3 days since we haven't had a video. I'll be brief on Monday because, again, it was a few days ago. We went 3 and 4, unfortunately. I'll just mention a few of them. Bet number 5 there, RJ Barrett over 27 PRs. He had like 24, 25, and he shot horrendous. I think he was like 6 for 18. Should have been an easy cash, but didn't get the job done. I wish I didn't add bet 6 and 7 at the end of the day. Unfortunately, I did. But Steph Curry under was easy. Drew Holiday under was not easy. He ended on 16, and then Trey Jones, I think, ended on 16 for the cash. So we got 2 hook winners there. And then we moved to Tuesday. It was a small slate. I was pretty sick. I just gave out 2 bets. Hit the 1 unit play under 4.5 assists. Bub Carrington had 3 assists, actually. And then McCollum under 25.5 PRAs told me to shove it and went way over. That was a bad loss. Now, Wednesday, the day we just had, the Blazers money line. Heartbreak City in the Discord. We were sweating it out all night right before we started recording this video. Up 2 with 3 seconds left. Mikal Bridges hits a 3 to win it at the buzzer, and the Blazers lose. Guys, the Blazers turn the ball over a million times, give up like 30-something points off turnovers, and we're still up 2 in overtime. It just is what it is. That sucked. We thought we had a win there. Scoot Henderson hit 2 big free throws right at the end of regulation to force overtime. Plus 150, that's all you can ask for. You're in overtime. You're holding a plus 150 ticket. Just did not get the job done this time, unfortunately, for us. But Zubac under 34.5 PRAs also told me to shove it. I mean, that guy just dominated Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware. He was getting anything and everything he wanted. Really easy buckets. Quentin Grimes over 18.5 points. Easy cash. He had 17 at halftime cash early in the third quarter. Anthony Edwards under 5.5 rebounds. It was kind of weird. All but like a minute and a half, he had 0 rebounds. And then he had one like 37-second stretch where he got 2 rebounds. Another 1-minute stretch where he got 2. Still ended on 4. Easy winner there. Jason Tatum over 14.5. This one got a little sweaty, but he got 15 with I think like 3-4 minutes left. I don't know. It ended up getting a 16. So if you got the over 15.5, you cashed that as well. So we had a small winning day. So with all of that said, like I said, we went let's see, 7 and 6. No, 7 and 7 overall. I mean, and we were down 0.21 units, about as even as you can do. We'll just call it free entertainment, I guess. But either way, that's what it is for the last 3 days. 68 and 46 on the under tracker for player props this year. It's been a good season for those. Overall record, we are up 25.59 units. Let's see if we can get to 30 here in the next couple days. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the injury report. All right, here it is. Pretty easy injury report here because it's only 5 games. But Wizards at Pistons, Koulibaly questionable. Malcolm Brogdon is out again. Lakers at Bucks. LeBron is out again, as we know, be out for I think another week or two. Rui Hachimura is out again. Luka is questionable. I do expect him to play, and Jackson Hayes is also questionable. So all Laker players there. And then Nets at Bulls. Josh Giddey, a big one. He is out. He's been on a roll lately, but he will not be playing. And Lonzo Ball is doubtful. Magic at Pelicans, just the usuals. That's right. And I say that like just the Jalen Suggs of the world. Herb Jones, DeJounte Murray, the guys that are out for the year. That's it. Other than that, they're all pretty healthy. Kings at Warriors, Sabonis, Malik Monk, and Jake LaRavia all questionable. So something to keep an eye on there. B-Pods is out for the Warriors, but Jonathan Kuminga, he has life again. He is probable to play and get back in the lineup. Now, teams on the back-to-back today, absolutely nobody. Shocker, huh? But that's what we got. So just want to let you know there. But that's what we got for the injury report the night before. And now let's talk the power forward position. All right, this is going to be weird. It might be the first time ever for us, but we have no matchups on these first three slides. We usually have a lot of arrows going back and forth if you're new to the channel, but with only 5 games, there just wasn't enough. But anything in team or player that's in green is playing today. So you see the Wizards and Warriors are in the top 10 and giving up most points to power forwards. This is all the last 3 days. Hawks are leading the way, giving up 27.3. And over there on the right side, Paolo Banchero is playing today, 27.7 points per game last 3 days, and Giannis 26.5. And there's all the rest of the players. Again, these are not just meant for today; they're meant for the whole week, the rest of the week until we give out these stats again. So hopefully this helps you out. That's the points, but let's check out the rebounds now. And we got the Magic giving up the most rebounds to power forward. It's kind of a surprise there, 13.1. And then Nets are playing today as well as the Wizards. And then Giannis, 12 rebounds per game, leading the way of all power forwards, is the only one playing over there on the right side. So that's what we got for the rebounds. Now let's check out the assists. And no teams are playing in the top 10 for most assists given up. But we got Giannis again, 5.8 assists, and Paolo Banchero, 4.4 assists. So if you're looking at some unders, you're going to see some more green because this is where most of the teams that are playing today are. Some good defenses against the power forward position. Fewest points per game. You see the Nets second, Pistons fourth, Pelicans, Bucks, and Kings all in the top 10. And speaking of the Bucks, they're also number 2 in fewest rebounds given up. The Jazz number 1. Kind of a surprise there a little bit, but they are a good rebounding team. And then we got the Pistons, 4th fewest points given up to power forwards and 4th fewest rebounds given up as well. And then over there to the fewest assists, usually the Magic are up there against any possession really. But then we got the Bucks, Lakers, and Pistons. So Pistons top 5 in points, rebounds, and assists, fewest given up to the power forward position. Just something to keep in mind. So that's what we got for that. And now let's talk some rebounds. All right, here are the top 20 players when it comes to rebound chances the last 7 games. So we use a lot of this. For assists, we use potential assists, rebounds, rebound chances. And usually, you're going to see a guy get 50 to 60% of his rebound chances. So this is a good way to help with your betting. Number 2, Nikola Jokic. He is getting the highest percentage of any of these players. I think it's like 72% or something. 16 rebounds out of his 22.1 rebound chances. Other than that, you'll see some guys like Mark Williams. If they played under 7 games, I'll put it on here, 4 games, 5 games, things like that. But Williams getting about, a little over 50%, 11.8 out of 20, and then so on and so on all the way down the road. And then over there on the right side, you'll see some guys that didn't quite play 7 games as well, but you'll see Jalen Duren, Zach Collins. Something to keep in mind, if Vucevic is playing, obviously that really does impact Collins' numbers as well. And then how about Desmond Bane? I bet on his RAs and he did nothing, but he is averaging 16.8 rebound chances per game, 9.6 rebounds. Big part of that is JJJ being out, obviously. And then we go all the way down the line with Hartenstein, Zach Edey, and Denny Avdia as well. So again, hopefully this is just one other piece to help you out. On Tuesdays, we like to do potential assists to give you those numbers as well. So we're not quite to the best bets yet. It's time for the G's of threes. All right, we do this every single week. We want to tell you the hottest 3-point shooters in the last 8 games. So in order to make this list, you have to have taken 40 or more 3-point attempts and shoot 40% or better. Any player that's in green just means they are playing today. You guys asked for that to kind of help out. Obviously not a ton in green today with only a 5-game slate. And then over there on the right side are all the defenses giving up the highest 3-point percentage in the last 8 games. So we start Steph Curry, obviously playing today, but 43 for 97. And I did these like right after the Tuesday game, so it doesn't take into effect Wednesday. Just want to keep that in mind. I ran out of time to do this list all over again for one extra day. But then we got Derek White, 6 games played. Klay Thompson shooting 41.9%. But how about Dante DiVincenzo? They needed him to come back and start shooting the ball well, and he has 51.7%. Does not count the game they just played, obviously. And then we got Zach LaVine, 55.4%, absolutely in fuego, 31 for 56. So that's what we got for page 1. Now let's check out page 2. And there we got Jordan Poole playing today, as well as Dalton Connect. We will talk about him later, but 17 for 41, 41.5%. And then Jordan Poole, 44.4% in the last 5 games, because he's only played 5, obviously. But there's all the rest of the guys. Again, just something to help you out. Not as many shooters in the last 8 games, not as many hot shooters at least. But again, this is what we have for the G's of threes, and you can kind of use some matchups and all that with the defenses on the right side, giving up the highest 3-point percentage in the last 8 games. So that's what we got for all the research help. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Golden State, where the Warriors host the Sacramento Kings. Warriors -6.5. Total in this one is 234. I have a side play. That's right, half unit play. Give me the Warriors -6.5, -112 on FanDuel. They've been rolling lately. Let's just say what it is. They're 10-1 straight up with Jimmy Butler right now. In the last 10 games, the Warriors have the second best net rating in the entire NBA. That's third best offensive and sixth best defensive rating. Cavs are the only team that are in the top 6 for both in the last 10 games. Now, the Kings, I told you I took their under wins in the midseason preview video. I made fun of their defense. They have actually been playing better lately. I'm not even going to deny it. I'm not saying they're playing elite basketball, but they have the 10th best net rating in the last 10 games. So they are doing better. 16th best defensive, which is their improvement because they were like bottom 5 for a while, and also 8th best offensive rating. Warriors have been thriving on scoring off turnovers. They score the highest percentage of their points in the last 10 games off turnovers at 20%. It's not even close. Kings are bottom 10 in turnover percent lately, so I think they're going to get some turnovers and get some really easy buckets in this game. Last head-to-head matchup 3 weeks ago, Warriors won 132 to 108. They turned the Kings over 21 times, outscored the Kings 38 to 5 on points off turnovers. That's pretty bad. Kings are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 road games. Warriors 4-0 straight up at home with Jimmy Butler, so it'll only be the 5th game. They won by 25 against Dallas when they had Kyrie, 36 against the Hornets, 5 against the Pistons, and won by 10 versus the Blazers. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Overall, I just think this line is a little bit too low for the home team Warriors, the way they're playing on offense and defense right now. Give me Golden State -6.5 as my first best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Milwaukee, where the Bucks host the Los Angeles Lakers. Bucks -6. Total in this one is 226. I'm going to take a guy I don't think I've taken this year, maybe one time. Give me Dalton Connect over 14.5 points plus rebounds, -115 on Bet365. It's a half unit play. Now, if you're asking why is this just a half unit, not a unit, because we're dealing with a small sample size when it comes to Connect playing big minutes. So with all the Lakers injuries last game, Connect played 41 minutes, just huge. Took 18 shots, went 8 for 18, and had 23 PRs. He also had 8 rebound chances in that game as well. Rui and LeBron, as you guys saw earlier, are both still out, but Dorian Finney-Smith will be back. He did not play last game. I'm not expecting Dalton Connect to get 41 minutes here, but I do think he gets pretty good minutes. He should see no less than 28 minutes, but I think he'll be in the 30s again. Dalton Connect with 28 plus minutes this year. As you can see by this Outlier screenshot, again, if you guys are not using Outlier, you are completely missing out. It is huge for my betting research, saves you a ton of time, gives you a lot of info. The link is below for the 7-day free trial. But he's over this in 9 of 11 games with 28 plus minutes played, averaging 23.55 PRs per game. Just blowing this number out of the water. It's not even close when he gets minutes. His only 2 unders, 14 and 13 PR. So if 13 is our absolute floor, I like our chances here. He's also averaging right at 7.7 rebound chances per game in these games with 28 or more minutes. I added rebounds because the lines just don't seem right to me. They only need 1 rebound to even it out with the points, which for a guy who's getting around 8 rebound chances per game, and maybe he only gets 6, but still to just need 1, I think he has a chance to get 2, 3, 4 easily. He had 4 rebounds last game, as I mentioned. And matchup versus the Bucks, not really about the matchup, to be honest with you. Connect is a spot-up three-point shooter. Luka will find him. He always finds shooters. And I think they want him on the court because Luka's the guy who's going to attack and then find his shooters on the outside. Bucks have been about average this season versus spot-up shooters in regards to frequency and field goal percentage and all that kind of stuff. So nothing huge there. But overall, this line, in my opinion, is assuming a guy's going to get around 22 to 26 minutes. I just don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think just because DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith, is back, he's going to go from 41 minutes down to 23. I think, Gabe Vincent even started last game, and I think he'll be reduced minutes as well. So I think he gets 28 plus minutes, probably in the 30 plus minute range. Give me Connect 4 over 14.5 PRs as my second best bet. And again, added plays will be coming in the morning on this small 5-game slate, but we're not done yet. Let's talk some leans. All right, lean number 1 is Trey Murphy under 30.5 PRAs. You can get this right now at -115 on Bet365. They're going up against the Magic. Magic are elite at defending spot up shooters. If I could talk, they're also good at just limiting threes overall. They also happen to play, as we all know, at the fifth slowest pace in the last 10 games in the NBA. But with this lineup, that means CJ and Zion are in, which they are right now. But without DeJounte, you want to take away, there's only like a few games there. He's under this line at 50%. Okay, so nothing huge, 7 of 14, averaging 30.5 PRAs per game. So it is exactly at his average with this lineup. And in fact, in the last 10 games, though, with this lineup, he has not had more than 32 PRAs. So he's not having huge games or anything. That's a pretty low ceiling of 32 PRAs when you have a 30.5 line. But anytime you get a line right at some player's average when he has an extremely tough matchup, the under is usually the way I like to go. And honestly, the more I'm saying this out loud, the more I like to bet. You may see me add this as soon as this video gets posted. I might put it in the pinned comments. I may have just talked myself into it just because I think this line is a couple too high. I wouldn't be surprised if it closes at like 28.5 or so. But give me Murphy under 30.5 PRAs is my lean number one, possible third best bet. And then my next one, the under 235 in the Wizards Pistons. What a beauty of a bet this is, huh? This is going to be entertaining. These teams just played 2 days ago. The total was 226. They didn't, or the total between these two teams was 226. They didn't come close to this total. Detroit also shot 42% from deep, so it's not like they were ice cold or anything. 9 of the last 11 Wizards games have gone under this line. Only 4 of the last Pistons 11 games have even gone over this line. So I mean, you're looking at some good rates. I think it was like 6-4-1 to the under of this line for Detroit. In the last 10 games, the Pistons have the second best defensive rating. Now, if you're drinking coffee, I'm sorry, you might spit it out, but I have a stat for you. The Wizards in the last 10 games have the 8th best defensive rating. Yep, that happened. So we obviously got 2 top 8 defensive rating teams. The pace, Pistons played at the slowest pace in the entire NBA the last 10 games. The Wizards, how about the 8th slowest pace? They have changed the way they wanted to play with these young guys. They want to slow it down a little bit for them to give them a chance, and it helps them to play a little bit better defense. Overall, I mean, if you just take the Wizards name out of it, you're just looking at 2 very slow teams, 2 top 8 defensive rating teams in the last 10 games, and then they just played, like I said, and they went under this by 9 points. So I think this line is a little too inflated. Again, as I say this, I talk myself into it. I may add this as a best bet, but give me the under 235 as my second lean and possible 4th best bet of the day. But anyways, those are my bets for today. All my research help I got for you. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. Warriors minus 6.5 for a half unit, and Dalton Connect over 14.5 points plus rebounds for a half unit. And if you guys just fast forward to this page, I talked 2 leans. I honestly may add one or both of them right away as this video is added. I'm going to look a little bit more into it. But that's what we got. It's a small slate, but hopefully we can get some winners. I appreciate you guys every single day for all the support. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. But that's what we got. Hope everyone has a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.